If you are like me and you care about the environment and you want to protect it for years to come, if you think wild animals are cool and wilderness is so beautiful and water that's polluted, kinda dumb, I say join my team. We are lean and green, protecting all life under the sun. Oh, help a planet in danger, become a mighty Earth Ranger. Think we're all gonna have a little fun, teaching people about nature, become a mighty Earth Ranger, making life a little better for everyone. One thing people often need help with is recycling properly. So many different kinds of cans and bottles, it's easy not to see. So let's lend a helping hand, help everyone to understand. Recycling is easy as 1, 2, 3. All kinds of metal in the lids too. Plastic bottles and tubs number 1 through 7. But you gotta throw plastic lids away, and plastic bags are now okay. Glass bottles and jars which are made from sand, but no broken glass which could cut your hand. Paper and cardboard of every kind, you see, separating all doesn't take much time. Join my team, we are lean and green, protecting all life under the sun. Oh, help a planet in danger, become a mighty Earth Ranger. I think we're all gonna have a little fun.
Hi, we're members of the OHGS 6th grade Green Team, and we'd like to teach you about all we learned on our field trip to the transfer station.
Here's one of our guides, Ariel. She taught us what happens at this transfer station.
This transfer station is where our garbage goes once a garbage truck has collected it from our home and school. All the garbage from Oakland and much of the Bay Area goes to this transfer station. Once the trash is collected from your house or school, the trash is not sorted. It is all buried, even if there are recyclable items mixed in.
Look how much garbage we make. Ew, it stinks. The garbage is collected at the transfer station, compacted, loaded into semi-trucks, and drove to the Altamont landfill in Livermore. You've been near that landfill when you've driven over Altamont Pass and Highway 580 and seen all the windmills. At the landfill, the trash is buried forever.
Ready for some math? How much garbage does this transfer station send to the landfill every day? Each truck carries 50,000 pounds of trash. There are 20 trucks. Each truck makes 5 trips a day. That equals 5 million pounds of garbage every day.
Now, whose trash is that 5 million pounds a day? Is it mine? Absolutely. Is it yours? You bet. All your friends? Yeah. So, I want you guys to think about the reason why we're here, practicing ways to reduce the amount of trash that we send to the landfill every day.
I wonder how big the landfill is.
Just to get a sense of how big it is, I'm going to ask that you guys close your eyes and imagine you're standing on a football field, looking all the way across the other end. You look up in the sky, it looks like a cloudy day. Looks like it's going to rain. It does start to rain, but it's not raining water, it's raining trash. And this trash is raining down on this football field until it's piled up 300 feet high, or as tall as a 30-story building. Now multiply that one football field covered in 300-foot high trash. Multiply that by 2,000 of those football fields, and you have just how big this Altamont landfill is and just how much stuff.
What happens in the landfill to all that trash?
Stuff piling up and piling up and piling up, it's going to get pretty heavy. So all that pile is going to start to sink down, and it's going to start to push out or displace all of that oxygen. And can you guys live without oxygen? No. And neither can things like fungi, bacteria, or other invertebrates or little bugs that otherwise would have been in that landfill breaking stuff down. So because there is no oxygen in a landfill, all that stuff is just going to sit there or be preserved, again, because that stuff isn't there to rot it down or to decompose it.
What's the problem with all this trash? Well,
it's a waste of money. We spend millions of dollars to pay for our trash to get trucked around and buried somewhere where we can't even see it.
Our garbage is actually full of valuable materials, like metal, which was dug out of the ground, trees, which were used to make paper, plastic, which is made out of petroleum, but we're just throwing them all away. Also, it's a waste of beautiful land to fill it up with garbage. It's taking animal habitat and green space that could be a farm or park, and we're just turning it into a dump. And who wants a landfill next to their city? The garbage doesn't go away. Organic waste, like apple cores and carrot tops, do not turn into compost in a landfill. They are preserved, along with the plastic, paper, glass, and whatever else is thrown away. They decompose very slowly. Garbage causes pollution. As it sits in the landfill and slowly breaks down without any oxygen, it creates methane, which is a greenhouse gas. And the yucky liquid that ends up at the bottom after filtering down through all those feet of garbage is called leachate, and is disgusting and toxic. It could pollute the groundwater if it isn't pumped out of the landfill and filtered and stored carefully. Is there anything we can do to make less garbage?
Yes, we can.
Reduce! Reuse! Recycle! Rot!
What does reduce, reuse, recycle, and rot mean? Reduce means deciding to buy things that have less wasteful packaging. For example, you could buy the same thing in a few different ways, but the amount of garbage it produces is different. For example, which of these things would be the way to reduce your trash? By choosing items that have no packaging or less packaging, or whose packaging is recyclable or compostable, you are reducing the amount of garbage that you produce. Reuse means using things over and over again. It can mean buying things that last a long time and can be used many times instead of buying disposable things that are meant to be thrown away after each use. For example, use a durable water bottle instead of buying one-use water bottles, or saving containers to pack your lunch instead of using plastic bags to get thrown away. Zero waste lunch is a good example of reuse. Reuse can also mean using things we already have in a new and creative way, like making a bulletin board out of corks, or making a bag out of packaging that would otherwise be thrown away. Recycle means taking something used and making it something new. Recycling is a process. It starts when we sort our waste and put things into recycling bins. That stuff gets dumped into a big recycling bin outside and is collected once a week by a recycling truck. It gets taken to the Davis Street transfer station, but it goes in different places from the garbage. It goes to a recycling facility. More than 2 million pounds of recycling is sorted here every day.
The recycling is dumped out of the recycling truck, loaded onto conveyor belts, and sorted by machines and people. We put all our recycling in one bin, and here they separate it all.
So the larger materials continue up, smaller things fall through the holes. You'll notice the fans on the side, they're blowing off light materials like paper and plastic, and they're being sorted down below. Then it's going to go through another round of hand sorting. More people are in there sorting through your material. And they're actually at this stage looking for specific material. So maybe someone is assigned a specific number of plastic. Or someone. So by this point we mostly have the material we want, but it's going to go through another round of inspection. And so here we mostly have paper, or just have paper. And that paper is going to be loaded into what we call a baler that's going to squish down that material into these cubes that we call bales. And those bales are the things that we're going to send off somewhere else to be turned into new products. So we actually don't do any physical recycling here. What we do is we get that material ready to be sent off to be recycled.
Each aluminum bale is made up of 53,000 cans, weighs 1 ton, and is worth $4,000.
There's about 53,000 cans in every one of those aluminum bales.
Rot means letting organic things decompose and turn into compost.
You can put every organic material in the compost, like food waste and yard trimmings.
Organic material is anything that used to be alive or is made of something that once was alive. For example, paper towels are made out of trees, which were once alive, so they go into the compost.
They decompose and turn into rich fertilizing soil for plants.
Our guide, Ariel, taught us the 4 R's dance. You can do it too.
Reduce, reduce, reduce. Reuse, reuse, reuse. Recycle, recycle, recycle. Rod,
So now you know what we learned on our field trip.
We learned that we throw out a lot of garbage, and we also learned where it goes. And we learned that we can use the 4 R's to make much less garbage. So please do your part by reducing, reusing, recycling, and composting. Here's a reminder of what you can recycle at OHGS.
Here are some things you can put in the recycling bin.
Juice boxes, aluminum, plastic tubs like yogurt containers, cans and plastic bottles, and paper.
Don't put trash in the recycling bin. Be careful not to put recyclables in the trash because they'll end up in the landfill forever.
Thank you for doing your best to make OHGS a green school.